most watched, most trusted news with certified First Alert weather. This is WITN News at Noon.
This is a live look at our Moorhead City camera where you can see the rain is easing up a little bit, but don't let this break fool you. We are still in the heavy rain and wind territory as we continue to wait for Hurricane Ian's landing. We're covering all aspects of this storm today. In just a minute, we'll hear from meteorologist Russell James, who's tracking the latest details on the storm. We'll also hear from WITN's Justin Lundy, who's live at Atlantic Beach, and Derek Rush, who's also live at Onslow County. But first, let's check in with Russell. Russell, the rain and wind has been changing all over this morning. What can you tell us right now?
Well, Lauren, I have the latest advisory on Hurricane Ian. It is still a Category 1 hurricane right now. Winds currently at around 85 miles per hour, moving to the north at 14 miles per hour.
And now we turn to Onslow County for a look at how conditions are changing and what safety recommendations local emergency response officials have for you. Derek Rush joins us live in Jacksonville now. Derek, what can you describe what you're seeing so far?
Right, Lauren, it's been a very active morning so far. A lot has happened so far, but I'm going to backtrack from now and then we'll go to the things that we saw earlier this morning. As of right now, we've got barricades. We've got some rain that's starting to come in. I call it, where I'm from, the sideways rain because it's literally kind of coming in a bunch of different angles right now. But we've also have these barricades, and I'll show you why here in just a second. It's because we've got ponding. Now, it's probably not as bad as it was in the parts of the beach. I mean, I've seen some of the video that has been posted earlier, and it's not nowhere near as much as what we saw down along the coastline. But we do have some moving water here across the right here outside the New River.
We're getting set for the heavy rain and gusty winds tomorrow, and then bitterly cold conditions after that.
And we have team coverage tonight. Justin Lundy takes a look at staying safe while keeping warm. And Merritt Morgan has details on preparing your home against the elements.
But first, we want to head over to Chief Meteorologist Zach Holder, who is tracking the rain and what's to come after that. Zach? Well, today is the first day of winter, and it comes just one day after Governor Roy Cooper declared a state of emergency ahead of this week's incoming deep freeze. And
we're expecting the coldest Christmas Day temperatures in nearly 20 years. So how should you prepare? Justin Lundy spoke with emergency responders and shelter managers. He's live in Uptown Greenville now with the details. Justin?
Yeah, I'm shivering right now, but it's going to get so much worse in the next 48 hours. And today I spoke with officials about how and where you can keep yourself warm during this cold stretch of weather.
New tonight, weekend protests continue following the release of video of the violent Memphis police beating that led to the death of Tyree Nichols, a 29-year-old black man. Demonstrators are calling for justice while Nichols' family's attorney is pushing for the president and Congress to pass federal police reform. Isabel Rosales has the latest.
Police in Jacksonville and local ministries are having a prayer vigil today to bring the community together in the light of recent events like the death of Tyree Nichols. Here's a live look in today's visual. The department wants the community to come together and unite for peace during these difficult times.
We begin with the latest surrounding that breaking news you saw first on ENC at 3 about an emergency landing at an airport here in the east. Our Jason Abbott is live at the Pitt Greenville Airport. And Jason, you just spoke with the airport director about that dramatic landing. What have you learned?
Maddie, as you said, there was an emergency landing made here at the Pitt Greenville Airport, and I have confirmed that the pilot and the 3 passengers inside the plane are safe and uninjured. Let's take a look at some video.
We begin with breaking news this evening. Police announced earlier today that a search and recovery group found what is believed to be the body of a man who was reported missing last month. Jalen Holloway is at the scene where police say the remains were found, and he's live now with more information. Jalen, what can you tell us?
Well, Courtney, as you can see, I am by the Tar River where Greenville police say the body of Khalil Jefferson was believed to be found earlier this morning. According to police, a South Carolina search and recovery group's cadaver dog found quote-unquote human remains around 11 a.m. behind dockside duplexes.
A woman here in the East is wanted for murder after a man was found dead this morning. Washington County Sheriff deputies responded to a Pea Ridge area of Washington County after a reported shooting. When they arrived around 1:30 this morning, deputies found a man dead with multiple gunshot wounds.
Good afternoon. This is WITN First at 4. I'm Derek Rush. And Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch, has died at the age of 96. She died at Balmoral Castle, her summer residence in Scotland, after 70 years on the throne. Members of the royal family rushed to her side after her health took a turn for the worse.
Today marked the 20th anniversary of an explosion that killed 6 people and injured nearly 40 others at a North Carolina pharmaceutical manufacturing facility. Our Courtney Bunting talked to survivors and first responders as they look back on that day that will stay with them forever.
Thank you so much for joining in. Today we have a special treat for you. I am joined by some lovely people to talk about a great fundraiser happening tomorrow, actually. I have Don Meckes with Evolve Marketing to talk about that charity event. Tell us what's happening right now.
Yeah, thank you, Lauren. So tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m., simply go down to GK Cafe. We are promoting a fundraiser breakfast. So for $10 a plate, all proceeds are going to go to 4 amazing local organizations. And we've been partnered with GK for about a month now advertising this. So we just look forward to the community coming out and rallying support for these amazing organizations.
We turn now to a segment we recently started here on the news at 6 on Sundays called Tell Me Something Good. It's a segment where we highlight an important moment that happened to us during the course of our week, and we hope that you also reflect on something good that happened this week. So Russell, tell me something good. Tell me something special.
Well, Jason, this past week, since we're getting closer towards the holidays, I decided to take a nice little photo shoot with my dog, me and Coco. That's her right there. I mean, that's my baby. I love her so much, and we're just taking some pictures outside, and that facial expression that I had initially in the first picture, she had just looked at my face. I was kind of like, oh no.
Now to Eric Gullickson breaking down just where the Pirates went wrong today. He's live in the studio with a look at the game. Eric.
Yeah, the buildup has been months, Maddie. In state rivals, ECU, NC State, the final day finally here, and after all that hype, it lived up to the billing. Halifax Academy facing off with Parrott Academy down in Kinston. Big plays from Parrott's running back Ashton Brinson. And look at him go. This is a heck of a run. 80-yard touchdown for the kid. First touchdown of the game. Everybody's getting crazy, running into our camera guy, Tayvion. Look out, man. Halifax came back strong after a run up the middle by Caleb Slaughter, bringing Halifax down the field, and they would go in to score and get them on the board. Cole Anderson then bringing Halifax out to the lead after a nice run to the left side. That made it 13-8, but Parrott just too much scoring in this one. 54-41 the final score down there in Kinston. Wayne Christian backwards, but 50-0 North Pitt. A couple of 5-win 2A teams meeting in Warsaw. Kinston playing at James Keenan on homecoming night. It was a no-doubter for the Tigers. They had the will win starting first half, hand up the middle. Running back Manny Bostic breaking 2 tackles and scoring the Tigers' first touchdown of the game. Big play from the defensive back, Mo Williams, running the ball for the football for the Vikings. However, the Vikings just couldn't get on the scoreboard in the first half of this game. They did some things over the middle. Nice slant to Tyreek Cooper, ultimately brought down. Xavier Boone would get one more for the home team as they celebrate on homecoming. A big win for James Keenan, 35-12 your final score.